I know what you're thinking. The title looks bad. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Okay, but it's not that bad. I just want an excuse to talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome your faces back to the channel. If you didn't know, I make content on Little Nightmares and other games where we talk about theories and a little bit of news from time to time, and I mainly cover Little Nightmares, as you could probably tell. But with that being said, of course, if you enjoy that sort of content, make sure you hit like and subscribe to all the usual stuff. I'm only a little bit slow at the moment because I'm making a game with Super Horror Bro Mike, and we're making a game called Glitched Out together, and that's taking up a lot of my spare time, if you're wondering. But after that's released, I'll be able to pick up my upload schedule back to all it used to be. But currently at the moment, that's why I'm a little bit skittish over the release times of videos and whatnot. Upload times, that's better, yeah. So, what is this video about? Well, in short, it's a little sort of collective news of what's going on with Tarsier. If you're not up to date, the only real thing we've seen, well, the first post I believe that, initiated the whole Tarsier working on their own IP is a tweet they made a while back on the 24th of May 2022, and it said they've been busy, and they show you like a little snippet of whatever they're working on, and I am of course hooked at that point. We've followed them ever since, and only since that video or that teaser, for instance, we only had one more piece of information come directly from them. Now there is one other image, again we'll get onto it later, but there is one other image that is generally from them, and it's like the banner, but the actual posted image they did after that was in 2023 on March 22nd, and that was titled New World, emphasis on new. And of course we were all excited by this. I've been following it, you've been following it, or you want to know a little bit more about it. That's probably why you're on the video. And yeah, we've been keeping an eye on it. We've been listening for anything that has come up. The third and sort of final image that was shown is their banner page for Tarsier Studios' social, and those consist of a similar theme with, a darkened sort of cliff, approach to a cliff basically, and we don't know who they are. We've done like a theory on it before where we try and break down what we see and what it could indicate. I do think it's going to be another sort of like platform story game, very similar to how possibly they've done with Little Nightmares, but again, the emphasis on new makes me believe they're probably going to try and step away from that, maybe create something a little darker than we used to. But other than that, we've heard nothing. And again, the title of this video probably explains where I'm going with this. I'm hoping for news. I'm hoping that, and I think we will. Again, Gamescom this year, I think, is going to have a good chunk of stuff, and I am going to be watching it intensely, because I do think, again, Tarsier are going to appear at Gamescom. I can't figure out if that's too soon. It might be, but the fact they've been teasing this for the last few years now makes me think that they're at the point where they could show it, and of course build hype on top of it, and do all the usual stuff. But I'm hoping to see them at Gamescom. They do have a relationship similar to Bandai at Gamescom, for instance, the whole Little Nightmares reveal and all that jazz. So I am hoping they're at Gamescom. I have a good reason to believe, but more to the point, the worrying side of it all is, and as you could probably guess it, if you're new to the whole embrace of Tarsier and all that jazz, yes. So Tarsier was acquired a few years ago, I believe now, by Embracer Group when they did their whole, we're going to buy loads of studios, make them not release anything, then close them, shebang. And Tarsier were bought by one of their subdivisions of Embracer. I think it was Amplified. I don't know if it was originally Amplified. I think it was someone else, but then they moved to the subdivision Amplified. And yeah, they've been bought by them, but since that buy, Embracer have basically told them, walk away, you're going to be working on your own stuff from now on. And again, I think that's why they do the posts of emphasis on new and things like that. And again, I cannot comprehend Embracer. It angers me so much to what they do and, you know, how they go about their business. But in short, Embracer has been on track lately for absolutely yeeting studios left, right and centre, even though they've just made great games. You know, it's something that's very odd about the AAA market, and not market but the industry in general. Like, they expect quick turnovers like that, like, you know, Spider-Man's, GTA's, and just overnight successes, where a lot of games actually find their success later down the line, like months down the line. It's always like a much slow sort of gradual climb. But for some reason, Embracer think, well, if we haven't got the money back in the first bloody week, they're getting shut. And that seems to have been the case for a lot. The worrying side of it all is how quiet Tarsier have been. Now, of course, I know that we don't want Tarsier to go, basically. We don't want them to be closed. They are a beautifully fantastic, different studio, and I think anything they put out is quality work. It always will be. I mean, look at what they've teased, for instance. But I do worry that they might be feeling that pressure from Embracer. Whether they're rushed to make something, I don't think they are. Again, I don't have any inside information. It's just things I can get from sort of outside looking in. Not only that, they look to be also expanding quite decently. I've seen a few LinkedIn posts with job listings for Tarsier, so it's not like they're slowing down. Again, it gives me that 50-50 of, will they be at Gamescom with something to show for it, or will it be a case of, are they just going to show us like a little teaser trailer again? Now, I would be more than happy if they were just to leave us a bit of breadcrumb, you know. As long as I know they're in active development and they are working towards this project that they've teased, I'm all for it. It's the fact that there is no information, no news, it's radio silent, and I don't know, I'm a little bit, and I think a lot of people who are fans of the series and of the studios are under the same impression. I think there is reason to be worried, especially with how Embracer are treating these studios. Again, I would be livid if anything were to happen to Tarsier Studios. Again, I don't touch wood, I don't think it will, but I am a little worried going forward. I want to see something from them at Gamescom. I want to know they're actively developing this game and keeping to it. And yeah, it's just, we had no new information. As bad as it is, the video I made months ago actually still applies today. I would have thought by the time of coming back round to this, we would have had some new information that I could be sharing, talking about, and, you know, like this. And we could be doing theories and things like that for the game, but there is nothing. Now, again, Tarsier on a massive team. But yeah, LinkedIn seems to suggest they have between 51 employees up to 200. So don't know how well that actually applies. I don't know how accurate that is, but you know, take it with a pinch of salt. Meet it sort of in the lower end. I'd still say about maybe 100 staff they have now. So it's not like no one's there, you know, the lights are on. I believe they're still making it. I just would love to see them show us something at Gamescom. And I mean, I'd be interested to hear what you think about the situation. Like, again, I think maybe the title is a little bit of exaggeration, so I do apologize for that. But I'm worried, and I hate saying it, but it's just the Embracer side I'm worried about. I'm so worried that whatever Tarsier end up releasing, I think if it gets teased at Gamescom, they'll release it in something like 2025, and if it doesn't do well, they'll end up, you know, and that worries me. Bloody Embracer.